Warning, in this video, I talk about what I hate about being autistic. Don't go anywhere. I seriously don't get when people say, if I'm honest. If you're honest? I know I'm looking at it from an autistic point of view, but seriously, if you say, if I'm honest, and then say something, what you're telling me is, for the most part, I'm a bloody liar. But now, if I have to be, I'll be honest. And you're not even really saying, if I'm honest. That isn't even telling me you're going to be honest. That's saying, if I'm honest, as in, I'm not an honest person. I'm untrustworthy and a complete pathological liar. But if I was honest, I'd probably say something like this. Here's an idea. Be honest all the time. I swear, how many times I would tell someone something and they get all offended or like I'm rude or harsh. No, I'm honest. And if you were honest, you'd be the same. Neurotypical people, when will you learn? Hey, I'm Orion and I'm autistic. I also have generalized anxiety disorder, social anxiety disorder, vestibular migraines, restless leg syndrome. I could go on. Anyway, welcome to my channel.
And now, here's your neurologically different host, Orion Kelly.
I am so grateful you've taken the time to watch my video. Thank you so much. It's great to see you. And if I haven't seen you before, if this might be the first video of mine you're coming in contact with, do me a favor, please hit that subscribe button. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you want to touch that notification belly thing, then you'll know when all my videos drop, okay? So check out the rest of my videos. There's another 4 out there so far on all different types of autism experiences, and I want to thank you for reaching out on my Facebook page. Thank you so much. I've heard a lot of mums with autistic sons. It's so good to hear from people who are watching my videos and actually getting something out of it, because that's the reason why I'm here. And the feedback I'm getting so far from mums with autistic sons especially is that it's actually been really helpful for them as a way of understanding their young sons and where they come from. So if I can do anything, that's what I want to do. As a grown man who has autism, if I can help you as an autistic person or help you as a neurotypical person, a non-autistic person, then my job is done. Because in the end, we all have to live on the same planet. So it's not about one group or the other group getting more than the other. It's about working together. So on this video, I don't want you to see that title and go, well, what a load of rubbish. I don't mean it in a way where I hate being autistic. I don't, okay? So I'm autistic, I'm proud of it. I do videos on YouTube, I do podcasts about it. I mean, honestly, clearly, I love being autistic. It's who I am, but it does not mean we do not live in a fantasy world, okay? This over-the-top kind of fantasized positivity, it's poison. I'm very proud of being autistic. I love being autistic, but there are things about my autism that I really hate. And that's what this video is all about. These are the 7 things I hate about being autistic. Number 1, I absolutely hate being so clumsy, so unco. I hate it. I mean, they're not the right words to describe it. The real word is, well, you saw it, dyspraxia. But being autistic, I don't do a great job reading my kind of time and space, reading where my body is in the space, in the world around me. So, I'm one of those people who every time I walk into a room or walk out of a room, almost inevitably hit the wall or the door frame, right? Or I might accidentally bump into someone. I am constantly bumping into my own family. Literally like I've done some sort of, rude hip and shoulder. I mean, I didn't even know. And it's not until it happens, I go, whoa, I'm sorry. Like I had no idea. The awareness wasn't there. There's not something I'm going to be able to take or do to get rid of it, but it makes me come across to neurotypical people as really clumsy, really uncoordinated. And in a way, they kind of can label me as that fidgety, nervous, clumsy guy, which none of those are correct. It's dyspraxia. It's something that I have got as a part of my autism, which really affects my ability to understand where my body and where I am in space. So that's one of the things Did you see that? That's one of the things I hate about being autistic. I hate being so clumsy. Number 2. I have no idea where that voice is coming from, by the way. I don't know, I'm just sticking with it, okay? What I hate about being autistic is this inability or lack of understanding of body language, signs, signals, non-verbal communication, all those types of things. So this is something as part of my autism I struggle with, and it's not uncommon, this kind of social interaction issue. And everyone experiences it differently. I'm speaking on behalf of me as an autistic person. I'm one of those kinds of people where I will, without wanting to, pretty much misinterpret everything you say, take it the wrong way, get defensive, not understand what you're saying, perceive it differently. But also, if you wanted to communicate to me without clear literal wording, as in body language or non-verbal cues, I'm sorry, but I'm probably 9 out of 10 times absolutely not going to pick up on them. And it's not because I don't want to, it's because I'm just not aware of them. My brain is wired differently, as all autistic people's brains are. No different to your brain. Your brain just does things a particular way. One way, no way. One of the things I really just hate about my autism is people not being able to communicate with me, because this isn't just about what I hate about my autism with regards to me. It's also what I hate about autism and how it affects me through other people. So, if you're a neurotypical person and you're getting frustrated at me, knowing full well I'm autistic because, I didn't understand what you said, it wasn't communicated to me in a way where it cut through, I didn't learn it straight away, it took me some time, and you get frustrated. Well, I hate that. I hate the lack of empathy or the lack of understanding. If you want me to do something or you want to communicate something to me, please can you just do it verbally, simply and literally. What do you want from me? Unless you walk up to me and go, hey, I like you, I don't think you do. And it's a perception thing. It's the way my brain reads social cues, interactions. Oh man, it frustrates me. And if people who are neurotypical could just understand that autistic people actually struggle in that, and that's it, full stop, deal with it and help us, and we can help you. Okay, rant over. Number 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 3. I guess this is kind of a theme, isn't it? I talk about being misunderstood, lack of understanding, and as an autistic person, being misunderstood is, seriously, it's like the bane of my existence. And it's interesting because me being diagnosed autistic later in life rather than in the early stages of my childhood really changed the trajectory of my, did I say that right? Trajectory of my life. Because if you're diagnosed as a child, you have early intervention and you have different skills and you learn things, but also you have people who know, right, this person, he or she, is autistic. Okay, great. So our level of understanding and knowledge revolves around that planet. But for me, no one knew. But I was always misunderstood. I spent my life thinking, why don't people understand me? As in, why do people always take me the wrong way? That's probably the best way of putting it. If you're autistic or you have an autistic, son or daughter or partner, do they ever say that? People always take me the wrong way. Why do you always take me the wrong way? No, I didn't mean that. That's not what I meant. These kind of things. That's me every day, constantly being misunderstood. Oh man, it is frustrating. So it's really important that I convey, I absolutely hate being misunderstood. It's one of the worst things about being autistic. The communication is also part of social interaction. So my communicating feelings to you, my communicating things to you might not be the way you would do it or even understand. It's actually reciprocal. I might not get you and you might not get me, and then I feel like I'm always misunderstood. You either might think I'm being rude or abrupt or brash, or you might think I'm just being over personal, or I'm digging too deep, or I'm being suspect, but really I'm just being me. I'm just being natural and honest and open. And it's really disheartening, constantly being misunderstood. Certainly when people think that you're just rude or a prick or arrogant or weird or not right or whatever it is, it's frustrating, and I really hate that. And I just wish people would understand, okay, this person's autistic. I'm not going to just snap at the first sign of I don't get what they were trying to convey, or this happens to me a lot. Man, they are seriously so intense, and their tone and everything is just like, no, I'm not trying to be intense. I'm not trying to use that tone with you. Honestly, in my brain, I feel like I'm just talking to you. I would just ask, think about that. If you woke up every day and all you ever felt was being misunderstood, how would that make you feel? Number 4, Another thing I absolutely hate about being autistic is this muscle tone discrepancy. Now, this is something that is certainly something for me and also my autistic son. Doesn't mean it's something for every other autistic person. Again, I'm only ever talking about me and my experience, but they're a type of muscle tone that in effect, this is hard to explain, and I'm doing it and I'm not giving up, okay, that tires easier. Now, that might not make sense, but let me say this. Do you ever see autistic people who seem to get tired sitting in a chair? When you would go, I could sit in a chair and watch TV all night. You know, they're always moving around in bed or moving around in a chair, or they can't sit still, or they can't stand still. Have you ever told an autistic person, just sit still, for goodness sakes, just stop wriggling around? Well, good luck. You might as well say, just stop breathing, for goodness sakes, just stop breathing. It's not gonna happen, so move on. Seriously, I almost feel like I'm never comfortable. Imagine that. Number 5. You can probably see over my shoulder, I do a podcast. I'm one of those people where, as an autistic person, I find myself very curious, and I think a lot of people really get frustrated by that. Okay, so I'm an overthinker. I'm very, very curious. I'm actively curious. So really anything, if you try to tell me a story, I will stop you every few seconds and I will ask you questions about small bits of detail, which may be mundane, irrelevant, or completely unrelated to the story. But I legitimately want to know. I'm not doing it to annoy you. My brain needs to know every little detail. My wife would say, minutia. You're always interested in the minutia. It has nothing to do with the story. But this is the thing. If you know autistic people and you wonder why they're always asking you so many questions or they're always overthinking things, just take it from their shoes. That doesn't make sense. Take it from their perspective. Get in their shoes, step in there, crawl in. Well, whatever the shoe metaphor is, bloody metaphors make absolutely no sense anyway. But in their brain, it's going at a different speed and it's operating at a different level, okay? I don't mean that as in good or bad, I just mean it just is. It's wired differently. And as a result, there are things that we want to know and we are going to ask those questions. And again, that can come down to many things. Natural curiosity, an inability to shut our mind up. It's important to understand, for me, I'm a massive overthinker. I think about every little thing in such complex and lengthy terms, it's tiring. In addition to that, I'm constantly asking questions. Hence why I've got a podcast where I interview people. But that actually is me. That is me. If honestly, I could talk to anyone about anything and I would never have to come up with questions. I would just have questions ready to rock. And that's one of those things where I love it, but I hate it. Number 6. God, I hope that came across like 6. Number 6 of the things that I hate about being autistic, a lack of friends. Having no friends, having no real connections, having no long-term friendships. And I know people and I have friends, but I guess what I'm saying is it's a different type of friendship, okay? There are people who are super nice to me. There are people who never give up, who always think of me, who always do the best for me, who touch base, who are always there for me. But it's a different type of friendship. It's not like a neurotypical friendship where we spend days or weekends, physically hanging out, doing things, I don't know, whatever people do, go to the pub, play golf, and you can't leave your house at the moment. But you know what I'm saying? I don't do that. I'm not playing golf to drink or eat or chat. Shut up, mate. Stop talking. I'm trying to play golf here. It doesn't compute. I have had so many friends. I have met so many people in my lifetime. If I'm honest, if I was to tell you how many of all those people are still actual and genuine friends, the same as they were then, today, I think it would be 0. I've worked in radio stations all over Australia. I've done TV, I've done independent filmmaking, I've done all sorts of different things. I can tell you, I've met some amazing people, especially in radio. I love radio. It's a passion of mine, clearly, okay? I was doing it, when I was in primary school. I was working professionally when I was 17. Autistic people have a passion and they are so intense about that passion, they inevitably are successful. And I just love radio. I could do it all day. I still love it. And I've met so many amazing people. And for me, they might think, well, we're not friends anymore because, you never wanted to be my friend, or you just were a crap friend, or whatever. And I totally respect that. From my point of view, when I think back to all the people I met in radio, especially during my time working in Perth, working in Sydney, and honestly, I feel sad because I met some really great people and I just wish that I had a diagnosis then and I knew, so then they could have some context of why I act the way I act. For example, I might utterly love our friendship, but the way I might act is, I think you don't love our friendship. I think you don't really want to hear from me. You don't want to hang out with me. You don't really like me. That's what I actually think about all my friends. So why would I bother you? Why would I want to? And then it becomes the social interaction. I don't get half the things you're trying to explain. So friendships, they drop away. The issue for me is all friendships have dropped away. I've met all these people through my lifetime. I'm now 89 years old. Lots and lots of people. I've got nothing to show for it. And it makes me really sad. I utterly hate that about being autistic. And if you were a friend of mine, please, let's be friends again. You do all the work. Number 7. The final thing I hate about being autistic, and this one is a big one. People not knowing, people not understanding, people not wanting to accept the fact that I'm autistic, that there is an autistic community. By the way, we can do a podcast on this, but just so we're clear, and I want to be rock solid clear on this, I cannot be any stronger. I am autistic. I do not have autism. For example, there might be someone out there that might say, I am gay, right? They might say they are gay. They do not say, I have gayness, right? So, do you see what I'm saying? I'm personally just using that as an example, okay? So, because I don't want my wife to get the wrong idea. But you see what I'm saying? That makes no sense. They don't have gayness. They identify as being gay or whatever label they want to use, but they don't say they have it. They say they are it, right? I am autistic. I do not have autism. If you have a young son or daughter, please allow them to understand themselves as an autistic person. That's one of the things that people need to understand, but it's the general broad thing. There can be an entire episode on this, and there will be, on the idea of accepting autism, understanding it. The knowledge and the acceptance is so important for me. I hate being autistic in a world that doesn't really care. We live in a neurotypical world. Autistic people live in a world designed for neurotypical, non-autistic people. It is not set up for us. There are no mental ramps like there are physical ramps for certain disabilities. We don't have mental ramps to help us. Okay, this is it. And it's your fault because you're broken. That's how the world looks at us. Not everyone, but in general. I hate being autistic on the basis that people refuse to accept that I'm autistic. I'm autistic. I was born autistic. You cannot acquire autism. You do not get it. You don't catch it. You are born autistic or you are not. Full stop. You can't outgrow autism. It doesn't wear off. It doesn't get lighter. Look at me. I'm a grown man. Does it look like I got lighter? Seriously. It's important that you accept that, you understand it, and you actually buy into it. Because if you want to reverse it, I've bought into your world. I mean, I'm doing everything based on your rules. If I did everything based on my brain, I'd never keep a job, which actually, in fact, is my reality. I'd never keep friends, and I'd probably be an outcast, which is actually my reality anyway. So I've lost in every aspect, but I'm still doing everything you need me to do. Like, be nice to people, answer their questions, blah, 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 you know. So it's not like I'm not doing my bit. I guess the question is, are you going to do your bit? Thank you so much for watching. What I hate about being autistic, those 7 things are really just the tip of the iceberg, just the beginning. And as I said at the start, this isn't about me saying I don't love being an autistic person, I do. But there are things about being autistic that I absolutely hate. We live in the real world and they're the real feelings from me personally. Every autistic person is different. I thank you so much for watching my video. Please subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and do not miss my next video. In the meantime, please reach out, say hey like you have been doing. I'd love you to find me on Facebook, rate my videos in YouTube, be that a thumbs up or a thumbs down, that's your call. I'd love you to share them as well. And thank you so much for watching this. Touch base with me any way you can, and I will talk to you soon. Remember, I'm here for one reason, and that is to make the world a better place for autistic people.